Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am off to the dermatologist. I'm not sure if I think we've talked about some of the skin issues I have. One of them is being when if I'm hot, and I'm not sure if it's when I'm wearing certain shirts or whatever, but when I'm hot, especially if it has a big decal on it, I get very itchy under the decal. My back used to light up like a Christmas tree for itchiness. So one of my biggest memories of it being really bad was when Carol and I were on our 20th wedding anniversary. We took a train to Montreal, and we're walking around Montreal. It was really hot out, and my back, so I actually brought my back scratcher. It's like a telescoping back scratcher, and I would have to stop in the middle of the sidewalk to get out my back scratcher and put it on my shirt and scratch my back, because it was very, very powerful itching urges. And I'm not sure, I haven't had that bad recently, but if I go for a bike ride now, my back gets itchy, but it's not as itchy as it used to be. So it is possible back in the day when I used to have a really bad diet, it made my skin bad. I don't know. So whenever I cut the lawn and it's hot out, I would get this rash on my arm, and it would actually bump out. And here's a couple pictures of it. And it seems to only happen either after a bike ride. So in that situation, I just came back from a bike ride at Fat Bastard Burrito when I did that 24-hour stealth camp there. And I went for a big bike ride. When I came back, my arms just ballooned up. And so in the right lighting, and you look at my arm, you can see where those patterns are. And it's the same spots every time. I used to think there was kind of random spots on my arm and just swelled up. But we've taken pictures in the past and taken pictures when it happened again, and we put them together in the exact same spots. So going to the dermatologist, check it out. I think it's taken 6 months or more to get this appointment. And so I'm looking forward to getting some feedback from him. I hope he doesn't give me some cream with steroids in it. The last time we did it, I used to get a rash on my stomach, and right where my belt would meet my stomach, because when I was heavier, my stomach would, fold over that belt buckle, and the belt buckle had nickel in it, and apparently I'm allergic to nickel. And when it's hot, it always used to happen in the summertime. When you're hot, sweaty, the salt and the sweat reacts with the belt buckle and made me get this huge welt right where the belt buckle meets the skin. And it would take days for it to go away. So they gave me some type of a cream, which then it'd be interesting how many people remember these stories. So I would put the cream on there, and then wherever the rash is, the pharmacist said, use this sparingly because it has steroids in it. And I'm like, okay, what's that mean? What would it do to me? I don't know what it's going to do. You got to explain these things to me. And he just said it's just not good for to have too much. And I'm like, okay, I get it. But the rash is everywhere. It would go right across my stomach. I'd have that welt down here, and sometimes it would go across my chest and my arms. And it's just well, use it sparingly. I used to say use it sparingly when that rash is everywhere. And so I would put it where the rash is, and then after using that for a while, I got a black. I thought I was going blind. I got this black spot on my vision. So you're looking forward, and there was an area of your vision that was blacked out. It scared the shit out of me, and I thought I was going blind. Went to the eye people, the optometrist. There's a really good one in Vaughan, and they did all the testing, And then one of the first things the guy said, he goes, "Are you using a steroid cream?" I'm like, "How the hell did you know that?" He goes, "There's no scientific proof, but just seems that when people use this cream, any cream with steroids in it, it sometimes does things to the eye. So if your eye is perfectly round, it actually bumped out the inside of my eye, and that's where the black spot was." So, like, holy crap. So I stopped using that cream, and or I just, especially when the welt would come back. So what I've done recently is stopped wearing pants with a metal button clip, whatever. Stopped wearing a belt with metal on it, unless I wear a shirt that can be tucked into my pants, and the belt doesn't touch my skin. Then I'll wear a belt then. Need to tell you, this morning I woke up, stood on the scale, 204.8, so I lost 1 ounce. I guess, I'm not sure if I don't think it's ounces. It's whatever. It's a point 0.1. I lost 0.1 last night of a pound. Whatever that means. Last night we went to the keg with Carol's family, and my brother-in-law ordered a wine. Carol had a nice little cocktail drink. They brought the bread, and my brother-in-law also ordered a shrimp cocktail, which I could have had, but I don't like cocktail shrimp without the cocktail sauce. I can't just eat the shrimp. I like shrimp cooked, but not in a cocktail sauce without the sauce. And I think that's why a lot of people love shrimp cocktails, because of the sauce. And so it wasn't really hard watching him eat it, because I know I don't like shrimp when it doesn't have the sauce. So I know I can't eat the sauce. And then everybody had the bread, and that was hard to watch, but not difficult. Like, I wasn't like losing my shit and have to leave the table and cause a scene. I just videotaped it and kind of smiled and made jokes about how much I hated everybody for eating that in front of me. Again, it was just jokes, because I was fine. And I reassured people, I'm fine, don't worry about it. I'm handling it, no problem. And then I ordered a Kansas City strip loin, which is about 890 calories, and then I topped it with grilled shrimp, which was another 150 calories. I was also going to do the scallop and shrimp hors d'oeuvre, but when I calculated all that stuff out, plus what I had yesterday, I had eggs and bacon yesterday afternoon. When I calculated all that, I was getting closer and closer to 2,000 calories, and I didn't want to be up that high. I wanted to be in a deficit, like I've been saying. And plus, I knew when I got home, I might want some bacon, which I did. I had 2 strips of bacon when I got home, just because I was sitting in front of the TV and I needed that little snack thing. So I ordered. That's what I had. It came with a sauce. I asked them to put it on the side. I wasn't sure if they put it all over it, but once she knew, she goes, "Oh, are you doing keto or something?" I'm like, "No, carnivore." She's like, "Okay." So she knew, which was great. So if you go to the keg and you say, "I'm doing carnivore or keto, this is what I want," they'll make sure that everything's on the side. So I gave all my vegetables to my sister-in-law. So she had all my vegetables, and the only thing else that came on the plate was a lemon wedge for, I guess, the shrimp, and I just took that off the plate. So my plate only had the steak and the shrimp skewer, and that's all I had last night until I got home, and then I had my 2 bacon when I was watching TV. And at the end, because my father-in-law his birthday's at the end of the month, we celebrated that, so they brought that I'm not sure if it's called Billy Bishop pie or Minor pie or whatever. Billy Minor pie and Billy Bishop. And they all shared it. So they bring like 5 spoons, and they all shared this thing in front of me. And again, I was totally fine with it. So I was nervous going to eat at the keg with the family because I know the kinds of foods that they order, and the bread that the keg has is absolutely fantastic. Then the whipped butter, and then had a whipped butter with 3 cheeses in it. I could have eaten both of those if I wanted to, but I didn't because I just didn't want my calories to go up. So we're off to the dermatologist, and then after the dermatologist, I'll go over my stats and stuff from yesterday, like the in-body check, and so I launched that video today at 8 this morning. I got to get to the dermatologist by 9:45. It's 9:15 right now, so let's get that done, and then we will go over these things. Maybe we'll get a coffee first. We are up in Barrie. We are by the Georgian Hospital, and that's where Ben was born. I want to get a coffee before I sit in a waiting room. I think I have enough money. Jeez. Breast cancer? It should be $225, but I'll get $250 just in case. Oh man, this is now too hot, dude. Okay, too loud too. Marble Swirl hot chocolate. Jeez, non-alcoholic Baileys. See, we're surrounded by sugar, people. Non-alcoholic Baileys flavored. Looks like muffins, cookies, hot drinks, and cold drinks. Marble Swirl hot chocolate, your cozy winter escape. And it is like a blizzard right now, so that would be good right now, wouldn't it? But I'm going for my black coffee. Sorry, we don't have coffee today. What? Hello, can I get a large black coffee, please?
Yeah, anything else?
That's it?
Drop it off.
Wow, they are busy. Chaos. Gotta scan my points card. It's a QR code. It's on the app. $2.15?
That's a free.
Oh, it's a free one?
Yeah.
Yay! Thank you. That's the best thing about using the card, people. You always get a free one. Woohoo! It's a good day after all. All right, gonna go see the doctor. I'll be right back. You guys just hang on. Coffee. See ya. Oh, phone. Let's go. Okay, we are done, and so the doctor said it's really tough to figure out without doing a biopsy, and the fact that these hives come up only when I'm hot and sweaty, she said basically, you know, you need to come in when they're active and they biopsy to 100% figure out what's going on, but she kind of suggesting that they're just hives, and that's that. But she's not 100% going to say that it is that, just in case. Doctors got to protect themselves. And so she says the fact that they come up only when you exercise or are hot and sweaty, she's like, basically the recommendation is to stop doing those triggers that make that happen. But of course I need to cut the grass, I need to go for my bike ride, so I'm not going to cut those out of my life. And so she said basically, maybe have Benadryl before you do those activities, and that might either subside this. The fact that these don't last longer than 24 hours mainly, and they go away. If they happen and they would always be there, then there might be a situation. But it cost me $5 and change to park here. There's a sign in the waiting room saying we'll help you with your parking, and then it turns out that was the pharmacy that will help you with your parking. So I went to the pharmacy to grab some Benadryl, and the pharmacist recommended this stuff. So I'll take that. It's non-drowsy. It's good for my bike rides. I gotta get out of this parking lot. Insert here. And we're out of here. And pay attention so we don't get side T-boned. Oh, T-bone, yummy. That guy's letting me out. Nice, thank you. So yeah, they're hives, and they only come out. You can kind of see where the original hives came, and those are the ones that always pop up whenever I'm hot. But again, the only other way to figure out what's going on is to biopsy it when they're active, as opposed to digging into my skin. I really don't want any more scars on my body. Scars are cool, man. Alright guys, this vlog is way too long. I'm going to shut it off there. And the next video, I might actually put it out later on today. We'll talk about the results of my body. I'm not sure what they call it. It's a body scan or in-body check. Whatever that is. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you guys all being here. We'll see you in the next video. Gotta get new windshield wipers for this guy, too.